Hello, and welcome to Color Commentary. I'm TJ, your average fan, and I'll be talking to you today about DC's latest installment in their movie universe, The Flash. And we're going to get right into it. Spoilers! Okay, so I would like to start off by saying The Flash is one of my favorite DC characters. I've enjoyed watching The Flash in animated form in all of my entire life, all the way up till now. I also was a watcher of the 90s CBS TV show The Flash, as well as the current Flash television series. I've watched it all the way through, seen all the episodes. I like The Flash. What I didn't like was the Flash that we had in the DC movie universe. Not a fan of Ezra Miller. They just didn't give me Barry Allen to me. If that's what they were supposed to be, they were just way too goofy and silly and all of that. But they did show some potential, especially in the Snyderverse movie of the Justice League. Great potential on what it could be if they kind of toned it down a little bit. Well, sad to say, didn't get any toned down in this. Got him to be a little bit more serious because he had to, because his younger self was even more goofier than his current self was already. So there was that. So he had to pull that back some. But yeah, overall, Ezra Miller as Flash, they could pick somebody else. That's how I feel about that. Now, this movie, on the other hand, oh, this movie was good. This movie was good. Even Ezra Miller's performance in the movie, he sold it. He still wasn't quite the Barry Allen I would have preferred, but he got close enough, you know. And I appreciated the effort. So there's that. But man, oh man, this movie was good. We got Barry. On his way to work, he's working as a CSI. That's his job. And he's working on a way to get his father out of jail, trying to figure out how, because his father's been accused of killing his mother. Well, a crisis occurs. Alfred calls him. Batman needs help. We get a couple of cameo-less scenes of people busy right now. Cyborg busy, Wonder Woman busy, Superman busy, all that kind of stuff. So he had to go and run and help deal with this hospital crisis. An excellent scene of him catching babies. Oh my God, it was awesome. I loved it. Then him going over to help Batman deal with the main crisis of what was happening, and that was cool to see. I gotta say though, they were going for a like super comic booky look to the feel and move of this, and so the CGI wasn't like crisp and clear. So I took it. So cause some of it I'm like, this could have just been a live action animation at this point at what I'm looking at, and it looks so good. But I know at no point is anything real in the scene, you know. But yeah, it looks good. So Batman got to do some cool moves. I got to see him do some stuff. I was like, okay, I like the suit. It was all good. Got the blue and gray going. Classic Batman. We got enough black suits on Batman. He can lighten it up a little bit, especially he out in the daytime. So Wonder Woman in the end comes in and helps solve that issue. The real Wonder Woman, yes, it was. And then Barry goes back to work where they figuring out what to do about uh, where he's trying to figure out what to do about his father, where he getting chewed out about being behind on cases that they was working on, and that one case didn't even pan out the way he thought it was going to be. So what are they doing? Alfred passes him some information from Wayne Tech about his father, try to help him get out. Cleared up some footage on the camera. Turns out his father didn't look up at the camera, so they couldn't see that was his father on camera. So it didn't really help. This is when Barry goes and talks to Bruce, who tells him a whole speech about leave it be. But then he talks to Iris, who gives him the idea to go back and change one little thing, and he decides that he's going to go back and change that his mother did not forget the can of tomatoes that day that let his father leave in the first place to go to the store. that in itself changed everything. But through the process of that, he ran into this space he'd never been into before that he calls the Chrono Bowl. Their idea of the cosmic treadmill from classic Flash comics. You know, they even had the cosmic treadmill in the TV show recently. Um, this Chrono Bowl deal, I don't even like the word. It sounds dumb, you know. But if he's going to be doing it himself without a machine, I guess they have to call it something. So, whatever. I like that it was making him run backwards. That was cool. I like the Coliseum effect and that each level of it brought down different pieces and different moments in time, you know, that you were going through, that you could stick your head into certain moments. It all looked really good. I enjoyed that a lot. And it got used to its fullest a little later in the movie. So in the meantime, in between time, something else is in there, knocks him out of the Chrono Ball. He's in 2012 during the old Man of Steel time, but there's no Superman. He goes and visits his parents. They think it's him. It's not him. He goes and talks to himself, deals with that situation, trying to figure out how to deal with his own situation. And he's like, oh, this is the time when you're supposed to get powers. In the process of giving his younger self the powers that he's supposed to get because he wouldn't have got it otherwise because situations is different. He loses his powers. Younger him gets the powers and is a fool, you know. But it provided comedic moments, but it was still dumb in some of them. And I was like, okay, enough of this. Please pay attention. In which at one point Barry actually yelled at his younger self, "This is serious, bro. Like, get it together. Everything ain't a joke." You know, but that's because that Barry had been through a whole different situation with losing his parents and his father being in jail and everything else, versus this Barry who never had to go through that. Mom's still alive, father's still going on, everybody's still happy. You know, it was a good juxtaposition on the situation. So there you go to find Batman. Kind of find out Batman is Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton Batman. Oh yeah. So of course, he like no to their whole initial thing after he explained the multiverse to them, which made sense because why certain things were so different in the past, even before his current point he at now, because it like rippled effect both directions and changed stuff. So that was cool. But after their failed attempt to, well, I can't even remember what they was trying to do. Oh no, he went to snuck into the back cave and used the back computer to try to find um, where Kal-El could have been being held because this is about the time he the only person that could deal with Zod. So he decided to help them after they find out this Russian facility to go to. It was all a very quick jump. We're going to it, next part, next thing, next thing. That kind of took me out of it because I'm like, you know, you just said no a minute ago, but we've got no impetus really for you besides a small him talking to you on a video camera that would get you to get up and really do something. So, you know, they had a couple of moments like that, even with Supergirl. Once they got to the Russian facility, found out it wasn't the dude, it was a girl, we're gonna save her anyway. Oh, it's just who we needed. She's named Kara, she's Supergirl, she's Clark's cousin. Find out from Zod that Kal-El never made it to Earth. He intercepted that pod and killed him looking for the Codex. You know, what he was after in Man of Steel. But the Codex is actually in her. She got it. Kara. In this timeline. So, so of course Zod's like, I want you, man. I want you. And then she agrees. At first she was like, screw humans, y'all lock me up. But then she saw what Zod was doing and was like, nah, that ain't cool. I'm gonna help him. And she came back just in time because Barry was about to kill himself trying to give himself powers again. And she came and she took him up in the sky, got him, let him get shot one more good time, and he got his powers back. So now we got two Flashes, and a Supergirl, and a Batman going to fight Zod, dealing with this situation. They was whooping tail at first, and then the new Barry found a new ways to do stuff, finding out how he could throw his lightning because his suit is actually helps keep his powers in control. So at one point, the our Barry had to take his gloves off in order to help throw the lightning, which was kind of cool to see that they was working together. But then young Barry got carried away because Supergirl and Batman kept dying repeatedly, even though they kept trying to save them, and it was not working out. It was what was considered a fulcrum point in time, like Barry's mother's death. Can't be changed. It's just what's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, no matter how many times you go back. Can't change it. It is what it is. And because of him going back and back and back and back, he was jacking himself up with pieces of shrapnel, and then he actually turned into the thing that knocked Barry out the thing in the first place. Effed up dark Flash. It was like, oh god, gross and disgusting. But when younger Barry saved our present day Barry from getting stabbed, by getting stabbed himself, he destroyed that old thing. Stuff started going back, but during the process of all of that, all these different universes started colliding, and we got to see an amazing amalgam of different universes with different Flashes, different Supermans, you know, different. It was cool to see. We got Christopher Reeves, we got the Supergirl from that timeline, we got uh, Nicolas Cage as Superman, you know, fighting the spider. We got a Flash that was Jay Garrick on the other universe, but also on the TV universe. Like, it was weird. They could have just got the actual other Flash. That would have been better, but I ain't gonna go there. Whatever. Um, let's see. I mean, they had the original TV Superman, George Reeves universe, his black and white universe. It was there. Like, it was so cool to see this, and it was awesome to know like it's out there. It's all out there. You know, awesome, awesome, awesome. So that failed, but in killing himself, he fixed the universe part of the situation, and then he had to realize that the only way he gonna fix all of it, our Barry that is that he had to go ahead and allow his mother to pass on, we shall say. So he went back to the point where his other self had went back to put the can of tomato sauce in the basket for her. And once his other self left, he had a moment with himself, and then he went ahead and took the can of tomatoes out of her basket. But he moved them all of them to the top. So when his father did come, he was looking up to get the can of tomatoes. He's on camera, show not there during the crime. He doesn't go to jail. So Barry comes back, thinks everything's cool. We are everything all fixed. Oh yay, woo! I gotta go meet with Batman. Okay, who pops up? George Clooney's Batman. George Clooney's Batman. One of the most hated Batman. I'm like, are you serious? So even because of that, because he moved those cans from the bottom to the top, something else got changed, and who knows what else has been changed. Arthur's still Arthur because he had a post-credit scene with him. You know, I guess Wonder Woman might still be Wonder Woman. I don't know, but shit still got changed. So if I had to rate this movie, I would give this movie a good old 9. Barring those things I said prior that they could have just did without or could have fleshed out, you know, when they started skip jumping through things, through moments to just keep the story going. Yeah, but yeah, a 9. This bad boy gave me the Flash. Gave me Flash powers, gave me Flash doing Flash stuff, gave me the Flash. And I was happy to see him on the big screen, for the first time, doing this thing and looking good while you're doing it. The suit looked good and everything. I mean, it was good. It was good. That bat suit that the young him had made, foolery. Dumb, dumb, dumb. But his suit, oh, his suit was good. His suit was good. I enjoyed this. This was a good movie. And yeah, I will see you guys next time for another one. In the meantime, have a great day.